Greentown Labs is the largest climate tech startup incubator in North America. We are located in Somerville, Massachusetts, so just outside of Boston. And we also recently opened a location in Houston, Texas to help accelerate the energy transition right in the energy capital of the world. Greentown Labs accepts companies across the climate tech spectrum. So when we talk about the sectors they're working in, they are generally creating hard tech, deep tech solutions to the largest GHG emitting sectors. So those are transportation, electricity, manufacturing, buildings, water and agriculture, and also resilience and adaptation. And typically the type of company and size and stage, it's usually around their seed round of funding. They're usually with us for about 2 years until they're typically closing their Series A stage of funding. When they join us, they may have anywhere from 3 to 5 team members, maybe a little more. And by the time they graduate, they have usually around 15 to 20 team members. In Somerville, where we have 3 buildings that we manage. That's about 100,000 square feet under management. That's comprised of event space, office space, lab space, both prototyping space and wet lab space for chemistry and bio work. In Houston, we have a large lab space as well. It's about 40,000 square feet of lab, office, and event space. But our community doesn't need to only be at these locations. We also welcome folks to join our membership, or join our community and have membership from anywhere around the world, and can gain access to a lot of our resources that aren't physically on site, because a huge part of our community and the value you gain from the community is engaging with your fellow entrepreneurs and community members and the network at Greentown, including our corporate partners and our investor network. We also have an investor program where we have a team member fully dedicated to helping foster connections between our entrepreneurs who are actively raising and our network of community of investors in the community. We have our sister nonprofit that is Forge, that's focused on helping companies across Massachusetts connect with manufacturers across Massachusetts. So it's a really valuable resource for our companies that are developing physical prototypes and hard technology. Labs has a pretty thorough application process. So startups are usually pre-vetted through our team. So we have a recruiting team across our locations, so both in Boston and in Houston, that are always working to reach out to the most promising climate tech startups across the country and internationally. So we're always kind of recruiting and sourcing them. Once we have a conversation with them to kind of gauge their seriousness, their stage, their fit, and their needs, and how we can support them, we encourage them to apply, which is on our website, greentownlabs.com. And it's a thorough application process. It's about 50 questions. It's a protected, confidential application. So we do ask folks to kind of open up, give us a lot of information about their funding to date, their core founding team, their technology, if they have any associations with universities, their stage, et cetera. Once we review that, then there's a committee of us on the team that interviews the founding team. And then ultimately that we take a recommendation based on that interview conversation and bring it to our board of directors that ultimately approves the startup for membership or not. There's no set deadline for folks to apply for membership, both at our headquarters location in Boston or in Houston.